going to show you how I do a cat's eye, or any eye, especially when there's multiple colors in there. This one I base coated with moon yellow, got the black in here for the pupil, which will tidy up later. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet this eye, and then I'm going to pick up a little bit of burnt umber, side loaded, and I'm just going to come around like so, all the way around. Do this to both eyes while that other one's drying. I got too much water. It's just not a whole lot. Since I'm needing this to dry fast so we can continue on, I'll use a little dryer here to dry it off real quick. Now I'm going to wet this eye again because he's got, splotches, I guess, in his eyes. And I'm going to take a little, take a little liner type. And I want to make sure this is plenty wet. And I'm going to take some more burnt umber. And I'm going to tap it in here. Okay. Watered down. And then I'm going to tap it in just really light. See how it kind of disperses out a little bit? He's got some up here. He's got more coming across here. It's just a little darker here. Take the liner and really thin down. I'm going to do some squiggly lines. Like I said, this has to completely stay wet. If I get too much, I'll come back through with some moon yellow. Kind of. It's probably hard for you to see with, there we go. Now the wet has a little bit of a shine on it. And I want that to dry. That's the only bad thing about having to do it this way is you got plenty of water on there and it takes a little bit longer for it to dry. It's usually why I do one eye a little bit, then work on the other eye, and then I might move down to the nose until it gets dry again and then come back. So I'll work on other things while I'm waiting for things to dry. Now hopefully that's dry enough. Now I'm going to add a little bit of green in here. He's got a little bit of green in his eye and it's through the center, so I'm going to wet that center down a little bit. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit of we'll use a little bit of avocado, really thinned down, I mean really watered down. And we're going to tap it in here. And I'll go right over the pupil because I'll come back and add that pupil in back in later. If you feel like you're getting too much green, you can tap out some of it. And of course we'll wait for that to dry again. I'm going to tap that just a little bit because that's a little more greener than I want. So I'm going to wet it again, and this time I'm going to pick up a little really watered down blue mist. I'm going to add that in there, which I like that a little bit better. Some of it may come down into here. I'm just tapping on up a little bit, and I'm going to dry it. Guess while we're waiting for that to finish drying, I'm going to side load a little bit of lamp black, and I'm going to go ahead and float on the outside here to make this a little bit darker. Go ahead and do the other eye while I'm right here. Okay, still waiting for that to dry a little bit more. kind of see how that is looking. Okay. Feel like he needs a little bit more yellow in through here, in through this area. So we're going to wet it down. And it may be too wet, so I'm going to try to pick up some of that water a little bit. And I'm going to go back with some more moon yellow. Kind of tap it in. I'm going to take a little bit of honey brown because I want a little bit more, and really, really water it down until it's just almost a glaze. And I'm going to glaze across the top of his eye and down a little bit. And I'll try to wet this down a little bit more. Disturbing too much, because he's almost got these little bitty dots in there. And I'm going to pick up just a little bit of watered down burnt sienna, and I'm going to just put these little dots in. And then pick up a little bit of watered down moon yellow and kind of add around those a little bit. A little more blue. Down through here. These are just little taps. And we're going to need to let that dry. Sorry for the waiting time. I don't have a pause button on here to pause and then restart when it's ready to go again. And while we're waiting for that to dry a little more, we're going to pick up a little bit of white. And we're going to go ahead and add a thin line. Oops, sorry. Thin line out here. Oops. Too wet. Try that again. And then he's got a couple little white dots coming through here. Take some lamp black, and I'm going to kind of pull out a little bit. It's kind of dark. In through here. Okay, I need that to hurry up and dry. You see that we don't have a lot of distinct hard lines through the colors in the iris. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of pineapple, really thin down again to make a glaze, wash glaze. I'm going to kind of wash over this whole eye just a little bit. Trying to clean up off of this. That's going to have to dry again. Some of it's still just a little wet. I'm going to come back with a side load of the burnt umber again. I'm going to just carry this on around just a little bit more. Work it out just a little bit. And it looks like I picked up some of my blue, so I'm going to try to tap some of that back in there. Wasn't letting it dry very well. Okay, I'm going to try one more time. We're almost done. Hopefully. I'm going to come back with my liner in the black and darken up his little slit or his pupil. And I'm going to tap in just a little. Whoop. No, go running water again. Pick up a little bit of white. We're going to add some highlights. Got one that's kind of coming across this way. And he's got some kind of coming across this way. And there I needed that kind of to be wet a little bit. Put that down, just tap a little bit of wet. And I'm going to add just some little disbursements of white. A little more yellow down here, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. That will dry. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a dry brush and some white, rub out most of the paint. I'm going to add a little bit of and then he'll have fur that will come across. Oh, well, we need to do a little shadow across there, I guess. I'm going to take a little bit of watered down burnt umber, and I'm just going to follow it clear across the top. And that's how I do some of my eyes that has multiple colors in it. And they're just dispersed and everything, so. If that helps you see it better. Anyway, I still need just a little bit more highlight here. There. So I'd say that eye is pretty much done. Thank you.